Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Good God. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. Holy Ghost they have to cool you. Cinnamon over yonder there. God, cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. Holy Ghost they have to cool you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Come down from your pumps and pride. Come down from your pumps and pride. Come down from your pumps and pride. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Come down from your pumps and pride. Come down from your pumps and pride. Come down from your pumps and pride. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. You say you're the fireman. Holy Ghost they have to cool you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. Cinnamon over yonder there. Aye. Cinnamon over yonder there. Cinnamon over yonder there. You know hear Jesus him a call you. You say
um, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day we bread, forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Good night. My name's Skylar, and today we be chatting with the Jacksons. Good night. My name is Kaden. We be chatting with the Jacksons.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need for worry. Life too short, you need for glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory. I'm a testimony. Tune in to the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
Good evening, everyone. A pleasant good evening to you. Thank you for joining Chat with the Jacksons on another Tuesday night. I hope each and every one of you had a great day. We have been missing in action for a little while, but we're back and back with another topic for us to discuss tonight. And tonight's topic is realistic and unrealistic expectations for yourself. Realistic and unrealistic expectations for yourself. We just want to thank each and every one of you for sticking with us throughout last year. And as we have started a new year. We welcome you once again. So sit back and chat with the Jacksons.
Good night to God's beautiful children. We are truly happy that you decide to spend some time with us. And as we said from time to time, we don't take it lightly to grace your presence because we know you could have gone to other sites. We know you could have been doing other stuff with your time, but we are eternally grateful that you lent us a little of your time. We continue to want you to know how much we appreciate you doing that. And if this is the first time we are seeing each other, we say Happy New Year. Um, if it's the second or third time, we said welcome back. If this is your first time being with us, we want to welcome you and hope that this might not be your last time, but you might visit us when we are on every Tuesday from 8 until 9 or thereafter. Depends on how the Lord lead us. We thank you for your continual prayer. Um, when we are not on, maybe we are sick, or maybe we are traveling, or maybe we are just exhausted. So we thank you for your continual prayer. We want to thank you, Sister Valerie Davis, for being with us tonight. Brother David Gallimore, thanks for being with us, my brother. We appreciate you. Sister Cynthia Gibson, if this is your first time, sis, we said welcome and be a part of the family. Um, Minister Audi, good to have your brother. Andre Revelation Singer, good to have you. We see Pastor Kelly. Um, we good to have Pastor Kelly with us, just in case you're wondering who is Pastor Kelly. I am Fitzroy Jackson.
And I am Susan Jackson.
And we are Chat with the Jacksons. And we are locked into the Odds Radio Station with Pastor Kelly
and Evangelist Kamika
every Friday
from 7:30 p.m. until 10:30 p.m.
Don't touch that dial.
We encourage you to join Pastor Kelly every Friday. Go for the music, stay for the word. It's always excited over there on Friday night. He bring the word and he bring music and they bring prayer for us. Let's welcome Sister Coral Johnson. Good to have you with us. And Sister Shani Williams. Good to have you with us. And my cousin Cynthia Wildman. Good to have you with us. And I see we have my engineer. How could we not talk about him? Good to have you with us, Brother McKinnon, Oral McKinnon. If you want the best engineer from out of Jamaica, you need to get in touch with us so we could hook you up with Brother Oral McKinnon. Not just him, we thank his entire family. We encourage you to share the program. I don't think we ask for much every Tuesday. All we beg of you is to share the program. We want to welcome our mom, Rita B. Walker Griffith. Good to have you with us tonight, Mom. We appreciate you. And wherever you're viewing us from, whether you're viewing us from YouTube, we said welcome. If you're viewing us from TikTok, we encourage you to subscribe to our TikTok, that's Chat with the Jacksons. If you're viewing from TikTok, we said welcome. If you are viewing us from our radio app, we say welcome wherever you're viewing us from. Or if you're viewing us on Facebook, we welcome you. And as my wife said tonight, Sister Nicole Francis, good to have you with us tonight. And you can see my wife is in her favorite colors tonight, looking elegant as usual.
Thank you.
And they always say that when your wife looking good, feeling good, then happy wife, happy life. So I like to see you in bright colors.
Oh, thank you.
Right. So with that being said, we'll get out of the way, sit back, relaxed, and be a part of us. Don't relax too much. Don't fall asleep. Let's get to work. This is our topic for tonight, just in case you missed it. Realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself. Not for me, nor for he or for she, but for yourself. Unrealistic expectation for yourself. Let's get to work.
Realistic and unrealistic
Yes.
expectations. Okay, so this topic is quite it's a timely topic, I would think. As we go through, or we have started a new year, a lot of us tend to make resolutions, and we tell ourselves, for the new year, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna say this anymore. I'm gonna, be a better person, a better spouse, and, a number of things that we tell ourselves that we're gonna do for the new year. We spoke about this 2 weeks ago or something like that, regarding resolutions. I'm not gonna, the topic is not about resolutions, but I'm just gonna touch on it briefly. And Some are able to keep those resolutions while others are not. But nevertheless, expectations, we at times, tell ourselves that I want to accomplish something by X time, or I want to stop doing something by X time. And nothing is wrong with expectations. But oftentimes we tend to put unrealistic expectations on ourselves. And then when it doesn't materialize, so to speak, then we find ourselves um, second guessing ourselves. Was I good enough? Or, why couldn't I have accomplished what I set out to do? And we're human beings. And, you know, I would think that with expectations too, sometimes we um, try to pattern ourselves after other people. What say you?
Right. And I think that's where we will go wrong when we try to fashion ourselves after someone else, when we step out of our bound and try to impress or to set expectation to satisfy someone else, then I think that's where we go wrong. Because I think expectation um, is, as we said tonight, is something that we should expect for ourselves, and some things that we should set for ourselves, because maybe later on we're going to talk, and maybe next week we're going to talk about setting expectation or your expectation from your spouse and whatever.
Mm.
But if you can set realistic expectation for yourself, I don't know how we're going to deal with it next week when you want to expect realistic expectation from your spouse. And in setting um, unexpected and expected um, goals for ourselves, there are times that in certain expectation we have to be very careful, because expectation um, unexpected or realistic or unrealistic expectation can ruin, or we can allow that to run our lives. How so? Um, there are time based on the expectation that we set. You know, it's just like we are running a 400-meter, but we are trying to do it in a 100-meter dash. So we have to be very careful of the expectation. Is this unrealistic or is it realistic? Because um, I could be a spectator, but I want to date an athlete. You know, could be realistic,
Mhm.
but you also have to look at it that it also could be unrealistic.
Mhm.
You know, because you're just a spectator in the stand, but you want to date the athlete. Well, that's good that you have good expectation,
Our intentions.
good intention, but we have to weigh it, because we could allow um, realistic and unrealistic expectation to run our lives, and we have to be very careful.
Okay, so you said a mouthful.
Oh, sorry.
You know, in terms of realistic expectations,
Hmm.
right? Um, Say for example, I say to myself, I want to become a teacher, right?
Hmm.
And that's my goal, right? I have to to prepare myself both mentally, financially, and I would say physically too
Mm-hmm.
for that, task. Because, of course, you don't just get up today and say, okay, I'm a teacher. It, you know, um, there are certain steps that you have to take in order to become a teacher. And if you're not the type of person, or if you are the type of person that don't like to study, it's going to affect you becoming a teacher because you have to put in the work. It comes with a lot of expectations um, and sacrifice. So you give yourself a time frame. Let's say, I want to become a teacher in the next 3 years. You have to go through that process in order to reach that milestone. But if you tell yourself, yes, I want to be a teacher, but you're not putting in the work, you just go to class when you feel like it, you don't study, you don't prepare yourself for whatever exams that it entails, then definitely that's unrealistic, right? Um, Also, we have expectations. Well, maybe I shouldn't even have touched. I was going to say expectations as far as our families are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
We have you have various cultures that expect you to, by a
Okay.
certain age, you have to be married, or going back to school again, you have to accomplish a particular career path by a certain age.
Okay. Before, let me hold it right there while you catch your breath. Let's welcome Sister Elaine Fletcher. Um, Blessed good night, sister. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. Our son Dwayne Nugent. Um, Happy to have you with us as usual, my brother. Sister Jennifer Campbell from out of Point Hill. Good to have you with us. Sister Nicole Francis. Good to have you with us. And Sister Vernaline King Smith. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. And if you're just joining us and wondering what are we talking about, we are talking about realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself. Realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself. And as you come in, we ask you kindly just to share the program, um, that others can get this information. Share the program that others can get this information. If you're are watching us on TikTok, we ask you to subscribe to our TikTok. TikTok, am I getting it right? That's Chat with the Jacksons. Um, yes, sorry to cut you.
No. I just want to read something that mom wrote. And she says, there's nothing wrong with setting high standards, but
Mhm,
one must be careful that it is for the right reason and not done to prove a point.
mhm,
Be aware that depression and anxiety can be the end result of putting pressure on yourself. And that is
mhm,
so true because um, I know of a particular culture that, um, and dealing with coworkers too that are from this particular country. Um, it's the career path that is most prevalent um, would be to become a doctor or a lawyer, right? And a lot of times, your child may, going back to being a teacher again, may want to be a teacher. Your child may not want to be a doctor. Your child doesn't have that um, mental capacity to attain or to retain information as
mhm.
it pertains to studying to be a doctor.
Right.
And again, like my mom said, you're doing it for the wrong reasons because you're doing it to please someone. You're not doing it for yourself, right? And it's best to do stuff to make yourself happy, not to make someone else happy. Because yes, you're gonna fall into depression because you studied all these years to become a doctor, knowing very well that this is something that you never wanted to do, but you're doing it for your parents, you know?
Yes, that don't do it for your parents. And as you say, that while setting realistic or unrealistic expectation, make sure you're happy
Mm,
with it, because whether it's realistic or unrealistic, you have to be careful. You
mhm,
might not happy with yourself. Not just happy with yourself. Make sure you're at peace
mhm.
also with yourself.
Right.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna touch on, I think this is most common, I would say, with women, most women that is. We tell ourselves, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds, and you give yourself a timeline. And then when you don't meet that timeline, or when you have not lost that weight within that timeline, you tend to blame yourself. Pertaining to that. But if you take baby steps, you know, okay, I'm going to lose 2 pounds this week or this month, rather, um, then you would feel accomplished, and you would not, that pressure that you put on yourself would be minimal because you're not, um, the 20 pounds or the 30 pounds that you said you're going to lose within a month. That's not realistic. But the 2 pounds that you lose in that month, that's realistic, right? And as you continue, you will lose more and more and more and more. So yeah.
So what I'm
Mhm.
hearing from you is that while making your realistic or unrealistic expectation, um, maybe you could keep it at a
Yeah, instead of,
minimal in the sense that you can always capitalize on it and grow, instead of
mhm,
you trying to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to the gym,
mhm,
and
and not seeing the
you're right,
results,
and I want to lose 50 pounds today.
which is so unrealistic.
Right. 'Cause it's just like me, every morning I go on the scale, and that scale not moving. So, and I'm blaming the
The scale
scale.
is fed up with you because you're
Right.
going on
Maybe
it every morning.
we need to do something else instead of instead of um instead of no, why I'm delaying, somebody is trying to get on TikTok and the conversation, but I see that you're trying to get on. Maybe if you put the comment there, then we can get it. But instead of you trying to do the 50 pound, then you do pound by pound. Then maybe next week you could step up a little, and step up a little, and step up a little. Um, right. No, I say that some people trying to join in on TikTok, but all right.
Mhm.
So setting expectation, we have to be very careful. Whatever you're doing, brother Gilmore, and I agree with you. Whatever you are doing, put God in it, and you will be more careful in your life. Whatever you're doing, we need to put God first in it and in all our expectation, um, before we even make them.
Mhm.
Go to God and communicate with God, and God will see us through. That He will help us to make the realistic. expectation and not unrealistic one.
or decisions.
Right.
Jennifer Campbell says God's supposed to be at the center of everything that we put our
Hmm.
hands and heart to. And that is so true. Brother
Amen.
Gallimore say you're eating too much.
Yes, that's
On the
true.
couch, you don't eat that much.
That's
I
true,
think
brother
it's
Gallimore.
genetics.
That's true, brother Gallimore. I don't eat a lot, but I think my father gave it to us. So, as you come on, we encourage you. We encourage you to share the program. For all who have shared, we can see that 17 people already share, and we encourage you as you come on to share the program. Um, for us, if you're on TikTok, we welcome you. TikTok, we welcome you. If you're on the radio app, that's Zeno.fm chat with the Jacksons. We welcome you. If you're on Facebook, we welcome you. On if you're on YouTube, we welcome you. And tonight we are talking about realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself. Right? We have to learn to set expectation for ourselves first, because if we don't know how to set it for ourselves, then we're not gonna know how to um, expect it from our partner, our kids, our friends, and
And oftentimes too, we do, going back to pleasing others. We do things that we sometimes don't want to do, but we do it anyway to please, a
Mhm.
partner, parent, whomever that may be. Um, and then when we fail, then, we would often tell ourselves that we're not good enough, and we start doubting ourselves,
Mhm.
So, and that will be, you put yourself in a position where, you know, depression sets in, um, failure, you're often telling yourself that I'm a failure, right? And yes, we do fail. None of us have gone through life or at the stage that we are at without some type of failure, right? But the most important thing is learning from what we failed
Mhm.
in,
Mhm.
and rise above it and come back again and say, well, listen, this is something that I really want. My first approach didn't work, so let me try it again,
All
right?
right.
And this time, the approach that I'm taking, I'm more, you know, gentle on myself. I take baby steps versus going, full throttle and it fails, right? And as we find in our society today, right, everybody's trying to compete, right? You're competing, whether it's on the job, whether it's with family, whether it's with friend, there's always some type of competition
Mm.
going on. And I may be good in baseball. Let's just a random sport. You may be good in basketball,
Mhm.
right? But instead of me embracing my skill in baseball, I'm um,
Try to beat me.
trying to beat you, or not really say beat you, but you know,
Want to compete with me,
right. Instead
and you
of
don't have the skills
right,
for right.
exactly. So, we all have different skills, different talents, so on and so forth. Some we have discovered, some we have not discovered. We all have some type of potential. And, it's best to um learn about what is your talent or what you're good at and excel on it versus, side eyeing the next person what they are capable of and telling yourself, no, I wish I could do that as well. When in fact you cannot. Or even if you attempt to do it, you're not going to be as successful as that person. So, yeah, we have to and realistic expectations. We also have to set boundaries too, you know. Um that
Uh,
is very important in any type of relationship, any type of scenarios. Boundaries has to be a part
mhm.
of it.
Yes. Tell me, while we bring in brother Dwayne Nugent, he said realistic expectation are attainable goals that are based on accurate views of a situation, while unrealistic expectations are not achievable under the given circumstances. Realistic expectation consider the available resource and limitation. Unrealistic expectation ignore constraint and are receipt for failure.
Recipe for
A recipe.
failure. And that is true. And going back to the example again of um wanting to lose 50 pounds in a month.
Hmm.
That's unrealistic. However you slice it, dice it, whatever, it's unrealistic. Um you have to take baby steps in your approach to that. Because okay, let's say you starve yourself, whatever the case may be. There are people that will do whatever it takes by any means necessary to attain that particular thing. But you lose it very fast, and then next thing you know, you gain it back very fast because your approach to it wasn't correct, right? You didn't take the necessary steps to say, well, okay, this is what I'm going to eat for breakfast. This is what I'm going to eat for lunch. This is what I'm going to eat for dinner. And, you know, make my portions smaller, incorporate exercise and so on and so forth in order to, reach my goal of losing 50 pounds. But if you take a different approach and say, well, okay, I'm going to take diet pills, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You may lose the weight, yes, but you're going to gain it back very fast because your approach wasn't conventional.
Mm. Hmm. Powerful. Let's welcome back Pastor Kelly. He was driving earlier. We thank God that he is home in one piece, and we thank the Lord for his protection um, while driving home. And we encourage you to join Pastor Kelly every Friday. I am Fitzroy Jackson,
And I am Susan Jackson,
and we are Chat with the Jacksons, and we are locked into the Odds radio station with Pastor Kelly
and Evangelist Kamika.
every Friday.
From 7:30 p.m. until 10:30 p.m.
Don't touch that dial.
Yeah, we encourage you to join Pastor Kelly every Friday. Go for the music, stay for the word. We appreciate you too, Pastor Kelly.
Yes.
We strive to be like you. Okay, and if you're just joining us,
And that's a good point right there. Don't strive to be like the next person because that's unrealistic.
that's why we say we strive. We don't say we want to be, we strive. And if you're joining us, we said welcome. Good to have you. We beg of you to share the program. If you're joining us on YouTube, we said welcome. If you're on Facebook, we said welcome. If you're on TikTok, we said welcome. And if you're on the radio app, we said welcome. That's Zeno.fm chat with the Jacksons. We encourage you to share the program. Thank you. I have 18 that share so far. We thank you for sharing. And just a reminder, we just want to let our engineer, Mr. Oral McKinnon, is in the background, know how much we appreciate him. We thank Sister Izzy Thomas um, for joining us. Thank you very much, Sister Izzy. We know that you're very busy, so we don't take your visit over here lightly. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And
I just want to
we
read
go ahead.
a comment from Elaine Fletcher. She says, I set an expectation for myself to reach certain goal in 5 years. I prayed and put God first for his guidance. I did not expect to reach that goal in a very short time, so I worked towards it. In 4 years, I reached that goal. I look around and say, thank you, Lord. Amen.
Right. So that's setting your expectation and working towards it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
the
just
key.
set it.
Yeah,
So
you have to work.
that's why one of the point that I was looking at is that while setting your expectation, you must be free also. What do I
That's
mean?
it. Yeah,
What do
I
I
was
mean
about
by
to say that.
being free? You know, because we set expectation for various reasons, and
Mm-hmm.
some of that expectation might even choke us. Some of that expectation might even put us in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that expectation might even cause your family to break apart.
True.
So you have to be free while you're setting these expectations. Make sure, as Sister Campbell said and Brother Gallimore, we communicate with God, talk to God about our expectation, um, and whatever to move the unrealistic one, whatever to move out of the way. First, we want to ask Him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because, you know, there are times that we might even try to set some expectation that is unexpected and that's even out of our reach.
Mm-hmm.
That will choke us. We will not be free. So let's be careful while setting our expectations.
Okay. Yeah. Because you don't want to fall into a rut where you tell yourself everything that I attempt to do always fail. And that's another thing. Sometimes we take on too much, right? I want to do this, I want to do that. I want, five things, six things at one time. And then all of them fail instead of just focusing on one and do it to the best of your ability, right? Then you'll feel accomplished. Then you'll feel um, very deserving of what focus your time and energy on that one particular thing versus five, six things.
Mm. Yes. Did you read that one? That's Sister Fletcher. That's what Sister Fletcher said. I set an expectation
Yes, I
for
did.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Dwayne says an unrealistic goal is an ambition that isn't attainable, practical, or doable. When you set unrealistic goal, you get bored or burned out, and you quit quickly.
Mm-hmm.
To recognize unrealistic goal, check check that each step of your plan is achievable. To stop setting unrealistic goals, make your goal simpler.
Yeah, that's, tied into what I was just saying
Right.
about,
Mhm.
you take on various tasks, six, seven things, and instead of just focusing on one particular thing and doing
Mhm.
it to the best of your ability, you are focused on six and failing at all six,
Right.
right? And then not only failing at it, you may tell yourself that I'm a failure, or you blame somebody else for not accomplishing, um, you know, or yeah, accomplishing what you set out to do for those six um, ventures.
Uh,
So then you find yourself having to go get therapy and all of this because now you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough. You
exactly.
know, how can I fail? Um, I'm so and so, so I should be able to um, attain what I set out to do. And yeah, we put, you know, additional pressure on ourselves sometimes for no reason, right? And not only that too, again going back to um, doing it for someone, right? You're not doing it for your self satisfaction. You're doing it to please someone. And sometimes that person is not even thinking about you, you
Mm,
know? That
right.
person could care less about what you're doing, but in order to impress that person, you're telling yourself, okay, I got to do this, you know, and by doing this, I'll be recognized by this person, and then so on and so forth. You put yourself in debt
Exactly.
to accomplish this particular thing for somebody else.
Let's welcome prophetic evangelist Kamika. Good to have you with us. We encourage you to join um, evangelist Kamika every time she's on. I'm sure she's on, and Tuesday from 7 to 8. Join her for the word and prayer. She's on. And Sunday from 12, join her again. Um, she's on and Facebook. She's on YouTube. She's on TikTok. Joined prophetic evangelist Kamika Williams. And if you want to know who is that, that's brother Andre Williams' wife. They have a powerful couple, and
Mhm.
we continue to lift them up in prayer. Sister Diana Marsh Foster, we welcome you. Good to have you with us tonight. And Mr. Upliftment Blocks and Construction, um, Grill and Metal Fencing. He didn't pay for that commercial, but we give him a free plug tonight. Good to have you with us tonight. But before we go on, um, we are not saying we are not saying that realistic expectation.
It's not attainable.
No, okay. Let me say this way, and then you say it that way because I agree with you. And I'm not well. Let me not say we then. I'm not saying that um, realistic expectation that is set by others are not good. That's not what I'm saying. So there are times that I see that you look confused.
I'm
So
waiting for you
right,
to finish that.
because somebody might come to you and give you a realistic expectation
For yourself.
for yourself, and you're saying, this is something that I think I need to work on, I need to change, and so forth. But you have to be comfortable with it. So I'm not saying that with somebody else giving you that we shouldn't listen to the person. What I'm saying to you, make sure you are comfortable with yourself doing
Right.
it.
Right.
Make sure you're doing it for the right reason.
Exactly.
Make sure you're not trying to please someone else. Because at the end of the day, it's about you.
Yeah,
You
people
have to
could.
go back to your scoreboard and
Mhm.
check to see, did I move up from 6 months? Can we see Sister Fletcher say that she set a 5-year goal
Mhm.
and working on it, the Lord bring her through in 4.
Right.
and that is good.
A great accomplishment.
That's great accomplishment. Um,
Yeah, but going back to what you said about somebody is suggesting something that you should attain,
mhm,
right? I don't think um people are going to make their suggestions and
mhm.
comments or whatever, but at the end of the day, the last word, you're the one that's going to be saying the last word, right?
Of course.
Because it's about you, not because somebody suggests that, okay, well, um, Mr. Jackson, you should run a marathon. I think you're capable of running a marathon. I know you have it in you rather, and so on and so forth.
And
Right? That person may say that, and then you start to think, maybe I could do it. But in actuality, you know that it takes a lot of work. You're not, you know, you're not going to be at that mark anytime soon in terms of training, in terms of, the whole package of
uh,
um, preparing yourself to be
right.
a runner.
Okay. Well, let's welcome another man of God. That's well. Let's welcome Brother Akeem Stewart. Good to have you, Brother Akeem. Blessings, my brother. And we ask you to join Brother Akeem every Saturday while he is on. He's doing a very good job. I think he have a feeding program that he's also doing. We encourage you to join Brother Akeem Stewart. We are also blessed to have with us Brother Donville Owell from the Jah American Gospel Show. Welcome, Brother Donville.
And now,
This is Fitzroy Jackson
And I am Susan Jackson.
from Chatterley Jacksons, and I'm locked into the Jamaican Gospel Show with Brother Danville Howell. Keep it locked, don't touch the dial.
and now,
This is Fitzroy Jackson
And I am Susan Jackson.
from Chatterley Jacksons, and I'm locked into the Jamaican Gospel Show with Brother Danville Howell. Keep it locked, don't touch the dial.
Okay.
Welcome back. We want you to join Brother Danville every Thursday and Sunday night while he's on. Brother Danville also kicked off a new show. Was very powerful last week, talking about the family structure. And I know he will continue. And we encourage you to join Brother Danville on a Thursday night and on Sunday night. Okay.
So just to read another comment, this is from Vernalyn Kingsmith,
Mhm.
and she says, as the old saying says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I think choosing more than one goal is best. I think choosing more than one goal is best because if you are not successful in one, you'll be successful in another. That can be true and that can be false at the same time. If you're
I
capable,
will not say it's false. I would say you have to be careful.
right? Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You know, you may tell yourself, yes, I'm able to accomplish both,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you have a blueprint as to how you're gonna accomplish it. And then you're doing both at the same time, or you're trying to accomplish both at the same time, but then you run into difficulties, and then both fail. On the other hand, you could still set out to do both, and one succeeds and the
Mhm.
other doesn't.
Right.
So yes, that's why I said it's true and false because, like she said, don't put all your eggs in one basket to say, okay, um, I'm gonna be a doctor, and this is the only profession that I have in my head that I want to do, right?
Right.
When in actuality, you're not going to be in the library, 5, 6 hours studying for that matter. Um, Now, you could have another goal to say, well, if being a doctor fails, then I could be a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
right? That requires less studying, but in fact, you still have to put in the time and the energy and study to become a teacher. So, yeah.
Right. I'm with you. So that is why when we are setting our expectation, we have to look and choose the best part. Um, as because as you said earlier, there are some parts that we know it's not attainable,
Mhm.
but that's the part that we want to go because you know what, brother Sammy boy, um, becomes a doctor.
Mhm.
And me know say my boy don't have the brain to become a doctor. But because brother Sammy, I'm doing it for the wrong reason, you know.
Right.
Because brother
Yeah.
Sammy, son becomes a doctor.
You
I would
want
have
your
killed
son
I would
to.
have killed my son. I just only want him because I want him to become a doctor. But I would have killed him to become a doctor. And the poor boy not have the brain for
Mhm.
study. But
Mhm.
then I see where the boy can do a different business and him have the brain
Yeah.
for that.
He may be a whiz at computers.
Why not push him in that direction?
Hmm.
You know,
And
why not?
encourage too, because
Yes.
you do have a lot of parents that push their kids in certain professions,
Mm-hmm.
knowing well that your child first and foremost don't want to go down that road, but because sometimes you yourself wanted to have done that, gone into that particular profession, but the fact that it didn't work for you, you're now projecting it on your child.
Mm-hmm.
And this child doesn't want to go down that route.
Exactly.
The child may want to be a mechanic or do work with computers, something along that line. But you insist that because you yourself wanted to have become a doctor and you didn't achieve that, now you're going to project this on your child. And that's a recipe for disaster.
Disaster. And also, if you set um your realistic expectation
Mm-hmm.
and you don't hit the mark,
Mm-hmm.
please remember it's not the end of the. Don't give up and say, you know what,
Right.
I tried that last year, it never worked.
Mm-hmm.
I tried year before last, it never worked. But maybe God is saying this is your year.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't give up and say, me not go do it, me not go. Maybe, maybe there are times that we have done things and we need to go back and assess and evaluate
Right.
and
Yeah.
said, okay, I need to pull back this screw from the middle and put it over here to make
Mm-hmm.
the cart go a little faster. And I
Mm-hmm.
need to slow it down on this side.
Yes.
You know, just evaluate it and go back at it. Just don't give up and said, I try. I
Yeah.
try already and it don't work. So I mean I'll try again.
Right.
You know, sometimes it might be unrealistic. There
Mm-hmm.
comes a time that we have to say that, you know what, this is not the right road that we are
Yeah.
taking
Or the right timing.
or the right timing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are times that we are saying yes, you know, but God is saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes God is not really saying no, but God is saying not no.
Right. Right.
And maybe
Sure.
God is saying, yes, I want you to do that, but I want you to do it for the right reason.
Reasons.
And
Correct.
you're not doing it for the right reason. Let's welcome Sister Elizabeth Francis. Good to have you with us, my sister. If it's this your first time, we said welcome. Let's welcome Sister Valerie Tyson. If this is your first time, we said welcome. Sister Shanice Ashlyn. If this is your first time, we said welcome. Good to have you. And we pray that we might not be stranger from tonight. You might choose to join us um, while we are on. We encourage you, Sister Menita Campbell, good to have you with us. We encourage you to share the program as you join us. Share the program as you join us. If you are watching us from TikTok, we said welcome. We encourage you to subscribe to our TikTok. Um, if you're on Facebook, we welcome you. Share the program on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, we welcome you. Or if you're on our radio app, we welcome you. That's Zena.fm chat with the Jacksons. Go over, take a listen. We are on over there. Wow. And Sister Shanice said, yes, it's her first time.
Oh,
And she's
welcome.
watching from Nicaragua.
Wow.
Good to have you, my sister. And trust
Welcome.
that it might not be your last time. Okay. Did you want to pick up what Sister Fletcher?
Okay. Sister Fletcher says, when we allow our children to choose their profession, they do very well in that profession that they love. And that's true. Don't um, beat them over the head each and every day. Oh, I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be this, da 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 da. Let them choose their own path. And if whatever they choose, they don't succeed at, and they decide to venture into something else, be there to encourage them, right? Don't ever tell your child, oh, you're such a failure, you know, you're wasting my money, and so on and so forth. And there are times that parents do that,
I agree.
um, I remember when I started college, I wanted to be a pediatrician, and the sciences weren't the best of friends. So,
That's a nice way to put it.
yeah.
While you're catching that thought, I wanted to add before you to run off of the screen. Um, we want you to support Brother Andre. Brother Andre have both songs, which is brand new, and they're out now. And we know just the same way we go and buy the Beanie Man and the Bounty Killer, we wanted to support this brother. I've heard them before. He gave us a little snip of it, and you can tell it's powerful songs. And he put some time, he put some money in it, and we want you to support the brother by purchasing the CDs. They are out now, and we are truly happy, and we rejoiced with our brother. Let's welcome Sister Janet Buchanan.
No, Janet
Braham. I was thinking of somebody else. Sister Janet Braham, good night. Good to have you. If this is your first time, we said welcome. If not, we said welcome back. Okay, let's go back to Brother Gallimore.
Okay, and Brother Gallimore says, sometimes that child wants to plant vegetables and yam, and your mom and dad don't want you to be all that they want you to. It's not working, and you see that his heart and mind is in farming.
Yes.
And Janet Braham says this is her first time as well. Welcome to Chat with the Jacksons.
Okay, Sister Janet, where are you viewing us from? Welcome. Where are you viewing us from? Okay, Brother Kelly is back on the road. We continue to pray for him while he's back on the road, my brother. Okay, let's go over to Brother Dwayne.
Okay, and he says, Daddy Jackson, this is realistic goal and expectation for you as a herbal person. Try going on a week fasting and detox and cleanse to help shed some of those pounds that's making you uncomfortable. please check my website.
Amen. Yes, we need to bring in Brother Dwayne one Tuesday to talk about his website and how we can lose some weight. And
Oh, she.
Sister Brian is watching us from Florida. Good to have you with us, Sister Janet Brian.
Okay. Um, there's many parts to this topic. Tonight we're focusing on realistic and unrealistic goals as it pertains to yourself. But next week we're gonna kick it up a notch and incorporate, unrealistic and realistic expectations as it pertains to your spouse.
Mhm. And I know you
Eh,
can't wait. I know you can't wait for that one, all right? Um,
well, it's a three-part series, and then
right.
after that, it's pertaining to your children.
Wow, I can't wait for that one too. Because I want the boy to be a doctor, and the boy want to tell me he want to be um something else. But I think brother David Gallimore make a very solid point, and Brother Gallimore says that maybe that boy is an excellent farmer,
Mm-hmm.
but we want him to be a doctor, and the
Mm-hmm.
boy is an excellent farmer. And instead of we encourage him and put him along and get him the right equipment, buy the boy a tractor
Mm-hmm.
and let him go to farming. Instead of we spending $300,000 for him to become a doctor, and him don't finish the first semester.
The first semester, not even the first year.
Right.
Wow. But as you mentioned that there is these sisters, they're twins. And again, based on their culture, um, one studied to become a doctor, which she did become, and the other
Hmm.
one was a lawyer. And they both worked in that field for a number of years. And then later on, they both diverted from that field. The doctor, she's still within the medical profession, but what she does is she created like a visiting doctor service where she has a team and they travel, to various countries to administer medical, um,
Yeah.
medical stuff,
Hmm.
so to speak. And the other one, that was a lawyer. She's now into, she opened a health food store or something of that sort. So, again, it goes back to let your children choose their own path. I
Hmm.
don't want to divert too much into
As
that
we said,
because we're
we're
gonna,
gonna talk
venture
about
into that. But
the,
yeah, going back to yourself, just set goals that are achievable, right? Don't put that added pressure on yourself and, tell yourself that, okay, I want to do this when you don't have the capability of doing it. Um, start out small and work your way up. And that way you'll be more gentle on yourself.
mm,
You won't fall into financial ruins. You won't be depressed and all of that. So, yes. Um,
and let's welcome Brother Wayne Calendar. Good to have you with us, my brother. We appreciate you. Yes, we are talking tonight about realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself.
mhm.
Realistic and unrealistic expectation for yourself. And I also want to remind you that setting realistic and unrealistic expectation, sometimes it might cost you to lose friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we have to expect that.
Yeah, because if
Because, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, because if I want to accomplish a certain thing within a certain time frame, and I'm hanging out with my friends every weekend. We're partying and doing all kinds of things that um, doesn't benefit what I want to do, then of course I'm gonna fail. But if you tell yourself and tell your friends that, listen, um, I've set, this particular goal for myself, and hanging out every weekend with you guys is not going to make me attain that particular goal.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to see who is a genuine friend and who is not. Because
Exactly.
if that friend is genuine, they would want to encourage you or even help you to study versus partying all weekend or every weekend, you know?
Right. Because let's welcome Sister Portia Chen, and we say happy belated birthday to you,
Birthday.
my sister. I could see that you had a blast,
Mhm.
and we are happy that you enjoy your birthday. But sometimes and as we said before, I think we that maybe will that and in certain expectation, as we said, sometimes we have to know what we get it into,
And know our limits.
right? So
Mhm.
it's good to go up sometime with your expectation, and it's good to come down a little. When I said, why would you say come down a little? It could be that I might be going to buy my wife a car,
Ooh.
and
Range Rover
I'm going for a Range Rover,
2025.
and I'm going for the 2025, and maybe for 100,000,
Mhm. And you could throw in a Benz too.
and I could throw in a Benz. Well, that means I can't come down. I was trying to make a point of coming down, but now with what you're putting on it, then I can't come down. But when I get there, I can't buy the money can't reach up to the range.
Mm.
So you have to have some expectation from back home that listen, you see if we can't get range, let me get range cousin. So you have to go with that. Don't go there and then you get stuck when you go there, because you go there with 25,000 to buy a range.
Mm.
It now go cut it.
No, definitely not.
Right. So you have to know the budget for the 25. Until I say go and hold the cousin until we can get the range. Right. And I know Brother David, she do deserve the range.
Yes, I do.
So that's why you have to know sometime.
Customized too.
Yes, you have to know to lower the expectation sometimes, but sometimes you have to step up. Because you can buy the range, but you want to buy the wife a Lauda. You don't even know a Lauda care. A Lauda. You see? That was our car back in Jamaica. I bet your brother Galmo or somebody know about a Lauda. A Lauda in Jamaica. I have about 4 or 5 of them. Those are Lauda, Lada. Those are the cheap car, cheap poor man car. Don't slam my Lauda door. Right. Right. Okay. So next week you said we're gonna move on to
Expectations and
from your spouse.
yes.
Wow. I
Realistic
can't
and
wait for
honest.
that one, because I have a lot to reel out
Oh, I do too.
some expectation that I match up to.
I have a lot too. I have a lot too.
I know the
So don't
class.
think you're gonna put me on the hot seat.
I know
You're
the
gonna be in
class.
the hot
I know
seat
class
too.
is gonna buck. Class is gonna turn up next week. So because I have some, I start to write them down already. Some expectation that you didn't meet up to,
Oh,
and
okay.
we're gonna talk about them.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about them. All right. See, Pastor Kelly said his first car was a Lada. What you say? You have the GM, you have the 1200 Lada, you have 1300, you have 1500, you have station wagon,
Oh
you have
Lord,
the round
Jackson.
light, you have the square. What are you talking about?
Why do you do all of that?
What are you talking about, Lada? you see, brother Gallimore is not my friend again. You know, he
No,
said he
he
will
was
be here.
never your friend.
He will
He's
be
my
here.
friend.
He will be here next week to back you up. Well, that means I'm gonna have.
You
I'm
think he's gonna pepper me? He better
I'm
come
gonna
and come
brother
correct
Gallimore.
because I have.
Next week I'm gonna pepper her
Oh
because she
yeah.
not meeting up to the expectation.
All right. All
Let's
right.
welcome our friend and our brother, brother Derek McFarlane. We encourage you to join brother McFarlane tomorrow at 8 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother. For is it sit and chat or chill and chat?
Chill and chat.
Chill and chat, and it's going very good. It's on YouTube, and we encourage you to join brother Derek McFarlane every Wednesday for chill and chat. We beg of you before we go, we beg of you to share the program one more time. We beg of you to share the program one more time. We encourage you to join these people as they are on.
And now, this is Fitzroy Jackson.
And I am Susan Jackson.
From Chat with the Jacksons, and I'm locked into the Jamaican Gospel Show with brother Danville Hall. Keep it locked, don't touch that dial. I am Fitzroy Jackson,
And I am Susan Jackson.
and we are Chat with the Jacksons, and we are locked into the Odds radio station with Pastor Kelly
And Evangelist Kamika.
every Friday.
from 7:30 p.m. until 10:30 p.m.
Don't touch that dial.
Okay, I see Sister King was saying she didn't get it, said don't touch. But we're saying don't touch the dial, Sister King. When you're locked into brother
station.
Kelly and brother Donville Owell, don't switch the channel. Don't be like me. My fingers have to be moving so fast while we are on. But when you're on Og's radio station, you og up Og's radio station. Brother McFarlane is on 7 p.m., not 8 p.m. Chill and chat. And one day we're gonna chill and chat with him also. This is where we will take our exit. And today was having a discussion with my engineer, right? I know he's gonna kill me for that. And he says that there are times that I should close the program before, but I keep talking, and he's blaming
Well, what
and
you
he's
do
blaming
best.
and he's blaming me. But I tell him that if
Who
he
else?
notice when we're trying to close the program, that's the time my wife wants to talk.
Oh no! Don't even
And-
blame me. Do not.
And we always go over time. We always go over time
Wow.
because I said she get energy. She get energy when we are closing the program, right, Sister
You're
Anne
not
Marie,
serious.
Sister Anne Marie Blair, right? Am I talking the truth or am I talking the truth? Thanks for joining us, Sister Anne Marie Blair. If it's your first time, we said welcome, and
Yeah,
if
it's on you. See, Brother Gallimore.
I know Brother Gallimore is gonna say that, I'm gonna
But it's
search.
true. It's facts.
I'm
It's
gonna
you.
That's not facts. That's great. But you join us back next week because you see, we start the war from now. It's going to be on next week when we will be talking about our spouse and realistic expectation that she's not meeting up to.
You see how you emphasizing?
Realistic expectation that she's not
All
meeting
right,
up to.
Okay.
What time what time you come on? Hi sister, we are on from 8 p.m. sharp.
No, you can't say 8 p.m. sharp.
It's
Between 8 and 8:15.
that's not true. I'm always on at 8 p.m.
And I'm telling you to start. Well, yeah.
All right. We're
That's-
always on from 8 playing some gospel music for about 10 minutes and then we get into it. Brother Derek said it sound interested. I don't know if he's talking about how I'm gonna get at you next week. I will be
Right.
calling
You
into
may want to resend that. You may want to resend that.
right. Okay, brother Gallimore. We
Be
appreciate
prepared
you.
to sleep in the car.
We appreciate you, brother Gallimore. You always been with us from day one, and we We'll see you next week, Sister Janet Bryan. Good to have you again. And this is where we take our leave for tonight. My name remain Fitzroy Jackson.
And I'm Susan Jackson.
And we are Chat with the Jacksons. We said, peace out. We love you, but God loves you more. Thanks for being with us. And we will join Brother Danville on Brother Derek tomorrow at 7 p.m. on YouTube. Then we'll join Brother Danville on Thursday and Brother Kelly. Come for the music, stay for the word. Peace out.
Is this the life you've planned for me? Is this the way you want me to be? Baba, you have shown me who I will be. But is this the path? Is this the path? Oh, you've shown your love when you died for me. You've given your life so I could be free. Portion of your spirit as my chemical weapon. Oh yeah, I wanna win souls for Jesus. This is a spiritual war. Yes, for the weapon of my Bible and Jesus I'm my leader. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. We have to mash up your plans, Satan. No more frustration, Satan. No more temptation, Satan. No more tribulation, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Satan, you are a loser. Oh yes, I trust in God because He cares for me. Oh yeah, Satan, you are a deceiver. Yes, Lord. Jesus is my everything. Christians, put on your spiritual booties, light up your lamp. Sword of the spirit, Satan of the ground. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. We have to mash up your plans, Satan. No more frustration, Satan. No more temptation, Satan. No more tribulation, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Lead me to holiness, mighty God. Your light, Lord, from above. Oh, yeah. Cover me under your blood, yes, Lord, and set me free. Yes, Lord. Open my eyes, dear Lord, that I may see. Yes, Lord. For your goodness and mercy shall follow me. Oh yes, get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. So we have to mash up your plans, Satan. No more frustration, Satan. No more temptation, Satan. No more tribulation, Satan. Get thee behind me, 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 Satan. Mighty God, anoint me with your blood and let me bleed on Satan. And a double portion of your spirit as my chemical weapon. Oh yeah, I wanna win souls for Jesus. This is a spiritual war. Yes, Lord. For the weapon of my Bible and Jesus and me leader. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. We have to mash up your plans, Satan. No more frustration, Satan. No more temptation, Satan. No more tribulation.